Hey y'all, it's Raj with EV365, and today I'm pulling in my brother to do another video. He's going to do the review of his Rivian R1T, which is a Gen 1. He took delivery of it in about April of 2023, and he lives out in the Bay Area, so just wanted to give you guys a different perspective. You know, we're here in Austin, Texas. Kind of give you his perspective of how it's been to own a Rivian R1T out there in California, and just with so many more Rivian owners, I think during that first year and a half, just how he's dealt with stuff and how the service center has been, and then how the truck in general has been for him as well.
Hello, I have a 2023 R1T. I got delivery of it in beginning of April of 2023. And the configuration I have is the quad motor, large pack, and the only option that I actually got was the Rivian Blue. Overall, I love the aesthetics of this vehicle. I've gotten a lot of compliments on the style and the look. I know the medicine capsule headlights are kind of polarizing for some people, but most people think it's pretty nice. I like it just because it's a sporty vehicle, but also it is upscale and luxury as well. And overall, the design looks really nice. I really appreciate the exterior in terms of the look and the storage. And we'll go over and flip over the camera and I'll show you the rest. So as I said, I love the storage of this vehicle. It has obviously the frunk that stores a lot of, things. As you can see, I have vacuums, I have soccer balls, I have pumps, and then obviously underneath there's storage underneath here, which we also have like the pumps and the charger. And something I use a lot is actually the gear tunnel, and it comes in very handy over here with the kids' equipment, with their baseball equipment and whatnot. And one thing is, I live in the San Francisco Bay Area, just north of San Francisco, and unfortunately we have a lot of issues with smash and grabs. So having hidden storage is key, where you just can put your laptops and backpacks and so forth just hidden away and locked away where it's not visible in the cabin. And that's come in handy, and it's really key for a car like this, where I actually frequent San Francisco on a daily basis. Overall, the look of it, like I said, is really nice. And obviously it has a bed, which is really nice. There's also storage underneath here, and I chose to buy the spare tire, which I kind of feel like I need. In all the vehicles I've had, there's always an issue where a tire gets a flat, and this vehicle actually ended up having a flat too. And at the time I didn't have a spare, and actually caused some issues because it happened like 3 weeks after I picked it up in April 2023. I took it to a local shop. They actually were able to see where the hole was, or where the leak was coming from on the tire because of an object that got stuck in it, but they weren't able to lift the truck because there were no gear pucks that Rivian provided. And the gear pucks are what you need. When you lift underneath here, you'll feel an area down here where you actually have to remove a little circle, and it allows you need 4 of them so the jacks can actually go up. And so that was kind of annoying. And the gear shop, even as of today, May of 2024, they don't even offer those on the gear shop. It's something that you have to buy from a third party, which there are a lot of vendors out there that do it. It runs anywhere from like $70 to $150 for a set of 4, which I ended up buying because you need an ability to jack up the car. So in terms of everything else, exterior wise is great. One thing I did notice is that in California you require a front license plate, and when you have a front license plate, you have this mount here. This front camera actually is in line of sight of this, so when you look at your bird's eye view, actually it gets blocked a little. And they did do a software update where they were able to get a little better view of that, but it's still, this impedes in it, and it actually does kind of block a little bit of that area, which is unfortunate. But overall, the exterior is great. It looks nice, and haven't had really issues. In terms of build quality, overall it's been pretty good. I've had a little bit of panel gap over here, which they resolved in one of my service calls. And then they actually created another panel gap here when they actually had an issue, of this, the charge port door sticking. And it turned out that it was actually this panel that they adjusted. Well, when they adjusted that, they created a panel gap here, which they had to address. So I'll talk more about that later, but definitely overall, everything else has been pretty good. From the interior, the thing I like about it, it is very high-end material looking, you know, in terms of luxury. I've had some comments from other drivers that have other EVs, and they go, yeah, this looks really premium, and it should be. It is an expensive car. But overall, interior wise, looks really nice. The one thing that is great is that the software updates, and on average it's been updating every 4 to 6 weeks. It's been made massive improvements, like with the maps have definitely gotten a lot better. Gear guard, they added more features to that, where you can now have a hard drive and it can store videos of motions and even incidents. When you brake really hard, it'll automatically record, and then you can actually do an on-demand recording as well. And the camera is the one I was talking about, where, as you can see this front license plate mount. You can see where it impedes it, and you can see on the bird's eye where it really impedes it. Another thing I wish is when you were in forward, wish there was like trajectories on the bird's eye and in the front, which they don't have. If you go to the rear, you'll actually see it as well, but I have the camera on, so but when you can actually see, as you can see there, but there's no distance markers, and any on the bird's eye there's no trajectory, which is something I wish they would add. I did put it as a request a while back, but it still hasn't been addressed. It seems like it would be something easy to fix, but for some reason they don't have it. Overall, the front was great. There's a lot of deep storage down here. Obviously, I put a organizer down here, but it goes really deep. The one issue they had here is they removed the 12-volt port from my configuration, and so now you can't really add additional accessories, because I already have this for charging, because obviously everyone knows this pad doesn't work very well. And so I have this for my phone, and there's no other where I can plug in an accessory unless I get like a multiplexer that kind of, you know, splits out the power, but I'm not sure how good that is. So that's unfortunate that they did that. They have a camp speaker down here, which I wish they would actually have added the USB ports on top of the camp speaker, so then you actually plug stuff in there and still use it, you know, when it's in the car as another power source. But unfortunately, there isn't any other options over here. Otherwise, overall, it's pretty good. They have storage underneath here, under each seat. Kind of acts like a sunglass holder. It's pretty small, but you can put your registration and so forth. I know a lot of people wanted the glove box, which I think they're adding on the R2. But overall, the interior is really nice. Had no complaints about how it works. It's really user friendly, and obviously they're pretty limited in terms of media. They just have, like, you know, their basic Spotify, your radio, no AM radio, by the way, title, and then they have Alexa, which you can use Alexa Music, and she can respond to you as well. But otherwise, you just have basic Bluetooth, which, you know, it's okay, it's doable, but, like, you know, it'd be good to have features like text messaging, where you can actually see your messages when you get text. Right now, you have to mount your phone over here, so then you can actually kind of glance over and see your text, which, you know, you shouldn't be texting and driving, but at least you can see what's coming in, and you can respond to it when you park. In the back, it's really nice. It's really roomy. They have here in the back, interestingly enough, they have a lot of USB ports. They have USB-C up here. They have 2 USB-Cs over here. They have USB-C over there. They got a 110 outlet underneath here. So in the back, they made it really nice in terms of connectivity. But however, like in the front, like I said, they only have 2 ports, and one port's used for your hard drive for gear guard, and then the other one gets used for your phone. So then you don't really have other options if you want to add in a radar detector. The back display, they've enhanced it and improved it. It's still pretty limited. I mean, you can turn on your heated seats back here, but you still can't you can't change your temperature. You can only turn off. There's nothing you can do here. It all has to be controlled in the front. So that's kind of interesting. Hopefully they improve on that. This lets you lock the car actually and unlock it. So in terms of range, when you charge to 80%, it starts out at 270 when you're in all-purpose mode. They recommend all-purpose mode because then you're using all 4 wheels and you have better even wear on your tires versus using the extended range, which only uses the front tires. And if you use that on a daily basis, you're going to have uneven wear on your tires. So that's what they require, all-purpose mode. But yeah, 270, and then that's at 80%, and then you usually go only to 20%. So you lose another 40 to 50 miles on the back end. So now you're playing with 220. And then with efficiencies and losses, I live in San Francisco, up in the hills, right outside San Francisco. And where I go on a daily basis in the city is also a lot of hills. So you lose efficiency. So I'm looking at like maybe on a regular, this is my daily driver, get about 150 to 160, 170 miles on a single charge. But that's, again, only charge it to 80% and letting it go down to about 20%, 20 to 15%. I don't let it go down any further than that. And so that's what you're going to get when you go on a distant long trip. You can obviously go to extended range mode, and you'll get maybe over, close to 250 to 300 maybe with the efficiencies and losses. But overall, it's pretty good. It's my first electric vehicle. I've had good experience in terms of performance. It picks up really well. It drives really well in the city. It's a large truck. It's the first time I've had a pickup truck, so something this big is interesting in terms of parking and stuff, but that's just a problem with a truck, not really the Rivian itself. But it's nice to have the hidden storage and the gear. And like I said, the gear tunnel is great. The bench is great. We use it all the time to put my son's shoes on when he's getting done with practice or before practice. Just sit on here and plop it on. In terms of service, that's the one area I think Rivian needs to improve on. Like I've had several service tickets. I bought this in April of 2023 at the beginning. We're at May 2024. I have about 11,000 miles, but the car's been in service collectively for about 8 weeks. If you add up all the services I've had. And the big thing is the lead time. I think that a lot of people complain about the lead time. When you make a service ticket, you probably can't be seen for at least 2 months, or if not more. My second service ticket I made the request in August, and I wasn't seen till January of 2024. And unfortunately, when they took it in for like the tailgate issue I had another panel gap. But then when I got the car back, then the heated steering wheel stopped working. So I had to make another ticket and had to wait another 3-4 months. And they finally resolved that in April. So the car's been at the Rivian shop for like 8 weeks total. And unfortunately, they're not proactively communicating like what's the status and what's going on, especially when they say, oh, it'll be done they give you an estimate. They say, oh, it'll take like about a week. And then the week passes, they don't contact you. So I'm always the one who always has to get a hold of them. And unfortunately, Rivian doesn't allow you to directly contact the service center. You have to go through their 1-800 number. Then you're dealing with a call center person, and then they leave a message, and then someone from the service center will actually call you back. But I think that area is the area they really need to improve on. Overall, I'm happy with the car. I love the performance, the look of it. I enjoy it. If they have a feature, the hotspot, which a lot of cars probably have as well, but it comes in really handy when I've dropped my son off at his activities and there's an hour and I can actually get work done on my laptop, which is nice versus trying to do everything on my phone. So that's been pretty handy. They are saying they're going to probably start charging for that. I don't know when that's going to happen, and I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to charge. Hopefully it's some reasonable amount. Overall, it's a great truck, and I hope you enjoy this video. Take care.